Hey you, it's KP Spark, or Kurt, whatever you want to call me. And today I'll be taking your questions and also give you a little status update on what has been going on with my channel. Now, some of you are wondering exactly how productive I've been over the past few months, and I will say I've been very productive. I'm working on a few video vignettes, music videos, as well as a screenplay for this large-scale Untitled project I've been working on. You might be wondering what's going on with Theta Phase 4, and at this point I could say, honestly, there will not be a Theta Phase 4. Most of the voice actors, all of Theta, can't return. You may see what happens next, though, to the Raison and the story we set up, but whatever we do, Theta will not be involved. The team will not come back together. Basically, me and Missy have come up with an idea to continue the story, and we're working on it. Fingers crossed. Anyways, questions. I'm gonna get to that right now. I got some place to be. How do you usually get your cast? Have you always used pro boards? Yeah, I mean, the only project I've ever done is Theta Phase 1, 2, and 3, and I use pro boards for all of them. Basically what I did is I go in, I send it to the audition thread, people send in their auditions, and yeah, that's pretty much how I got my voice actors. You can tell by my bad voice that, yeah, I don't usually voice characters, so yeah, you can probably tell by that. How long does it take to film one Machinima video? With voice actors, a long time. You have to wait for them to send in their lines, everything. Sometimes you can't film anything without their lines, because you don't know how exactly the character should move, or what exact position they're in, because sometimes they don't know either. So a long time if there are people, and if it's only 15 minutes, it could take up to a month worth of filming, converting, rendering, all that nice stuff. It does take a while. But I'm working on a video now that does not involve any voice acting whatsoever, and it's coming along kind of quickly, actually, apart from the editing. The editing takes forever. What are your favorite kinds of camera angles to use, and why? I think I like to use the Dutch angle a lot more than I like to use other angles. Basically, you can't do that in game, which is why I like it so much. It's kind of like my trademark. Basically, you just tilt the camera through some whatever editing software you have, and it gives the feeling of disorientation, confusion, multi-purpose angle, and I like to use it whenever I can, but not too much though. I don't want to look like Battlefield Earth. Next question. What gave you the idea of Theta? Okay, that's kind of a generalized question. Well, I wanted to get into movies and TV and, making movies and videos and stuff ever since I was 9. And basically after watching Stargate SG-1, as I may have mentioned in my interview, but a lot of you haven't heard that because it's not on my channel. I didn't post it up. I just wanted to do kind of a team-oriented kind of thing, and eventually I started getting into some other things, some sci-fi action and all that. Yeah, then I discovered Machinima sometime in 2006, basically with Red vs. Blue, other Machinimas on the internet, and I just started messing around a little bit, with characters and stuff, and Halo 2, making them do stuff. I didn't have Xbox Live, so I couldn't start anything at the time, and when Halo 3 came out, I started coming up with ideas. But apparently it took so long that, by the time I finished an idea, Halo Reach came out, so I had to use that. Do you enjoy Machinima? Depends on what you mean by that. I enjoy making Machinima, I guess. You see, filming can be fun sometimes, but other times, strangest things can go on. Like a character bumps another character, things could go out of control, it doesn't look right, it looks awkward. That kind of stuff happens all the time, and it stresses me out. It pisses me off, and editing is no joke either. Converting kills me, rendering drives me nuts. When I render a video, when I put it up, I watch it over and over again, and it's satisfying. It truly is satisfying. If you mean, do I enjoy Machinima like I enjoy the genre? I kind of enjoy it. Depends on who makes it, because I've always enjoyed Rooster Teeth, I've always enjoyed all these comedy Machinimas and everything that come out, but it's so easy to do now. Capture cards are so cheap these days that everybody is doing it, and, it's really hard to find any good Machinimas now, because you'll find some kid who just films a bunch of random stuff happening and puts in some crappy text through Windows Movie Maker on Forge World and all that stuff, and it looks awful. It looks awful. I've pretty much given up on Machinima. I'm just hanging on because it's the only medium I can use right now. I guess you could say I like Machinima when it's done properly. Yeah, I like it was nice and marinated, nice and well done. Alright, next. Do you plan on a large-scale Machinima? Depends on what you mean. Either a show or a movie, because if you're referring to a movie, then yes, I am planning on a very large-scale Machinima. It's coming along well. It's pretty crazy, the idea, and I'm not really worried about whether someone's going to do it or not. I'm sure that when Halo Anniversary comes out, a ton of people are going to try to integrate it with Halo Reach, but I know that what I'm going to do is going to be great because it's all about the execution. Whether you do it right, whether you do it well, whether it's convincing or not. Okay? Okay, next question. How do you develop your characters? Do you base them on real people, or do you start them from scratch? Sometimes I base some of the mannerisms or way of speaking of characters on real people, like people I know and stuff, but all of them are inspired by characters in TV or real life kind of people. You know you've developed a good character when you don't have to think about what they say. When you're writing, you say, I know what this character is going to say at this point. I don't have to ponder over it. It's like they say it naturally. It's like they have a real voice. So you know you have a good character when you get to that point. How did you get started in Machinima? Did you just wake up in a cold sweat one night and say, I'm going to eat some pie and make Machinima? Yes, that is the story. How many people help you produce your Machinima? Voice actors, body actors, editors, producers, writers? As I said before, it's just me. With filming, with the body acting, quote unquote, with the filming, with the editing, with the converting. The only other person who ever gets involved usually is Misty, my co-writer. Next question. Are you going to be hosting a game night? And if so, when? I think it means another game night, yeah. Since school started again, a lot of my free time is going to making videos, so if I have the time, I'll be sure to let you know. And that's it. It looks like all the questions. Woo, I'm alive. Anyways, I got some work to do. You can expect a video soon. Well, it's action-packed and it's crazy. Anyways, I'll see you later, and stay tuned. Goodbye.